Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. So as you may have noticed, yesterday I didn't upload anything. That was my fault though. I forgot to charge my microphone, and by the time the thing was charged I was like, it's a little late now. So it's no big deal. But anyway, so here's the part, the side of this whole spiritual awakening thing that most people are leaving out and they're not telling you about. So let's have a little talk about this. So what happens is most people, when they talk about these things, they usually bypass a lot of stuff, and they're always painting this picture of how amazing it is and all of these things, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. As a matter of fact, when you go through all of these things, there's going to be a lot of pain, grief, and things like that involved because it's part of the process. And if you're not experiencing any of that stuff, then whatever it is that you're going through is not spiritual awakening. You can call it something else. You're going to experience things like, well, first of all, it's a lot of most of your relationships, connections, all that stuff's going to go away. And that includes family in a lot of cases. People are just not going to understand you anymore because you become a different person, and it's just a fact. You can't change that stuff. It's like I've said on one of my videos in the past, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once that veil is lifted, there's just no going back. You you become a different person. That old version of you, it goes away. And this is the part that people don't get it. Because everybody up until that current point in your life, they knew this side of you, this older version of you that they liked, that no longer exists. You are not that person anymore. And when that happens, there is all this stuff that comes about. And it's just a part of the process. So, in order for you to find yourself again and truly reconnect, all these things are going to happen. It's inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. It's part of the process. There is no way to change it. And you will know. I don't have to tell you. If you've been through it and you're listening to me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to be different with every single person, obviously. Uh, Everyone is going to experience in a different way, their own way, based upon the things that are happening in their lives, the things that happen in their lives. But it all happens in a similar fashion to everyone when it comes down to this, you know, things that I'm talking about. People are gonna fall off your life, and it's you just accept that and move on, and it's okay. Because you change. Everybody, nobody stays the same their whole lives, especially if they're self-developing and growing in some sort of way, if they know and understand and discovered what awareness means. because without awareness, none of that stuff is ever going to happen. Awareness is key. So there are all these things that happen that a lot of people come out here and they talk about all kind, and they're always like smiling and, oh yeah, it's beautiful, and you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna stop manifesting. Yeah, that's a part of it, yeah. But they're not telling you about all the stuff they had to go through before they got to that point. All the hurdles, all the scars that process left. And they heal, yeah, but they stay. They may not be visible. Physically speaking, they're not visible to anyone. But just because they're not visible doesn't mean they're not there. And you know what I'm talking about. If you've gone through all of this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this whole thing, it's wonderful once you finally go through it and you emerge on the other side as this new version of you, the new, better and upgraded version. Yeah, it's great. But until that actually happens fully, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not gonna be pleasant. I assure you that it's not gonna be pleasant. And but here's the good thing though. If whatever all these things that make you uncomfortable, the more uncomfortable you are as this whole stuff is happening, the better it is. That means you're doing it right. And don't let the uncomfortable be the stopping point. Because what happened, this whole thing, people, uh, there are so many different stages in development, and everyone is different in their own way, and like I said, based upon their own experiences. And everyone in their lives at some time is subjected to some of the truths about life. They will see glimpses. They will have their wake up moments, their aha moments, their question everything in their lives moments. But a lot of people can go through that, and it just stops there, and it doesn't go any further. So there are levels and levels to these things. And most people do not go through the whole thing until the very end. It's almost like that character in the Matrix, the guy that, I think it was in the first movie, he ends up asking to take the blue pill back because he got pissed once he saw how things were, and he wanted to go back to the way things were before. And it picture that on people's lives. That happens to a lot of people. Some people may have their wake up moments and they will see things as they truly are. But then they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to be living my life this way. It's too hard. It's too much. It's I can't handle this. So they just go back to the old ways. Instead of detaching from that old version of themselves and becoming the better person, they just go back to the old ways and become the same type of person they were before. And this is why this stuff happens to a lot of people. But that doesn't mean that everybody goes through it the same way and hits the finishing line and gets their graduation at the end. But it doesn't matter because, we all come here to learn and grow. And even if we don't grow as much as others, everybody learns something and gets something at the end of the day. But it's up to every person to decide how they're gonna go on about it, and if they're gonna fully embrace the whole experience, or if they're just gonna, you know, have glimpses and glances and just leave it at that. But if you truly do it, there's no bypassing. There is this whole, just know that there is going to be pain, there is going to be grieving, there is going to be a lot of that stuff, and it's natural and it's normal. And once that's all said and done, everything's going to be fine. And this is really all I wanted to talk about today. So, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel grow and reach more people. And I will catch you all on the next one. Take care. Be safe.